Assassin. I'm here to do One Piece chapter 813. So let's get started. This chapter of One Piece is pretty straightforward. It's all about Sanji and his decision and how he makes Brook, Chopper and Nami escape. And that's it. So I'll go through it point by point because it's very interesting. So Sanji did something very smart. While he was conversating with Capone, he started to test the castle. He wanted to know if normal rules, normal physics apply to this castle. So what he did for the first time, because I didn't see it when I read the chapter the first time, but I realized afterwards. He put his cigarette on the table and he left it there. And while he was talking with Capone, the tablecloth started to burn. So Capone had to go there and put out the fire, which means that actually normal physics fire burns the actual castle. And what does Sanji use as an attack? Fire. So he tested if his fire could actually burn Capone inside the castle, which was very smart. After that small incident, Nami remembers that Sanji told her when they were with Norland, the Norland liar, that he comes from North Blue. And Brooke points out that coming from North Blue to East Blue is not an easy feat because you have to cross the red line. So that's not something that your everyday man can do. And he implies that Sanji is somehow special. Right at that moment when Nami was talking to Brooke about Sanji's relocation to East Blue, Caesar Clown steps in and says, I don't think you realize that Charlotte is the name of Big Mom, and Sanji is supposed to marry one of Big Mom's daughters, and if that happens, then he will become part of our crew, and the Straw Hats will somehow become defectors in Big Mom's army. Because if Sanji becomes part of her crew, then she would consider the Straw Hats under her as well. But Luffy will not stand to that, so they will become defectors in some way. Now Sanji stops them right there and says, I have no obligation to go to this party. And Capone tells him, well, first of all, you're in my castle and we are already moving, even if you didn't feel it, so there's no way to escape my castle. But even if you did escape the castle, an invitation to Big Mom's tea party is not a simple invitation, it's a demand. So she demands your presence there. If not, you will incur her wrath. And he even states that even demons of the underworld come to Big Mom's parties when they are summoned. Then this crazy guy steps in, Monster Gun Vito, Fire Tank Pirate's advisor. And he says that those who do not respect Big Mom's invitation, they will find themselves the next day choked by bitter regret. What that means exactly, I don't know. Is he implying that they actually will get choked by something, some form of magic somehow? I don't know. Or is just a metaphor for what's going to happen because Big Mom will hunt them down and they will be choked by regret? I don't know, but it sounds ominous. And this guy Vito ends up by telling Sanji, at the end of the day, it's your choice after all if you come or not. But let me just tell you something. Then he approaches Sanji and he tells Sanji, he whispers something to Sanji. We don't see what. But after that, Sanji says, how did you get by this information? So it's something that really rattled up Sanji. And after that, he decides to go with Capone. He asks Capone for a pen and paper. He writes the letter to Luffy, and then he approaches Nami, Brook, and the Chopper, and he gives Nami the letter, and then he kicks them out of the castle. He uses his force, the force of his kick, to actually propel Nami, Brook, and Chopper out of the castle. But before he does that, he tells them that he has to go with Capone and resolve this piece of his past, because he never thought this part of his past will ever caught up with him again. But now that it did, he must resolve it. Once he kicks Nami, Brook, and Chopper outside, he takes a gun from one of Capone's men and he puts it to Caesar Clown's face, and he says if anybody moves, he will shoot Caesar Clown in the face. Then he tells everyone that I already know that you guys cannot harm me, and if you harm me, you will incur the wrath of someone very powerful. because the wanted poster that says only alive, and the fact that you treated me the way you treated me until now means that you cannot even harm a hair on my body. So if you want to go to take me with you, but leave my friends out of this. Of course, one of Capone's men, Capone's kid actually, he wants to go out and save and recover Nami, Brooke and Chopper. But Capone tells him, stand right there, stand your ground, because outside there is a monster and we must act carefully. And then we go outside of the castle and we see Master Nekomamushi standing right behind Capone. And even though Master Nekomamushi is hurt, I'm pretty sure that he could have defeated Capone. But Capone manages to talk his way out of it. Nami, Brooke and Chopper plead with Sanji to come with them, but Sanji tells them that he has to go. Then Capone does something very interesting. He turns himself into a castle tank. And I didn't know he could do this, but he's a tank. It's weird, man. Like a castle on wheels, something like that. And he just bails out of there fast before anybody could realize what's happening. He runs away. And that's the chapter. We do see the letter at the end of the chapter that says, to my buds, there's this chick I gotta see real quick. I'll be back, I promise, Sanji. So Sanji says he will be back. But now he is in Big Mam's grasp, so I don't know, but a very interesting chapter and a very straightforward chapter because we get no flashbacks, no jumping to other times, so a good chapter all in all. And now things are getting pretty interesting because Luffy has already declared war on Big Mom. Luffy sees this and hears this story, so I think that Luffy is going to go straight to save Sanji. That's what I think he will do. And we might get to see him fighting with Big Mom after all, which is crazy. But yeah, that's the chapter. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day.
Any rational society would either kill me or put me to some use.